In this lecture, we will discuss about lithosphere. And lithosphere is the solid land structure of the earth. And here under lithosphere, first we will discuss about rocks and their economic importance and different kinds of rocks, then such as the sedimentary rocks, their economic importance, then the metamorphic rocks, igneous rocks, and their kinds, also the fluvial landforms, then glacial landforms, then earthquake, volcanoes, their kinds and weathering, then the effects of weathering, then erosion and climate, and the exact meaning of climate. So also we discuss about earthquake, etc. So in discussing lithosphere, first we will discuss what rocks exactly means. Rocks are the main constituent of the Earth's crust. A rock may be defined as any mass of natural deposit present in the solid mass of the Earth's crust. Most rocks are made of aggregates of minerals. These minerals are specifically referred to as the rock-forming minerals. A mineral is a naturally occurring inorganic substance possessing certain physical properties, a definite chemical composition, and a definite atomic structure. Many minerals have a tendency to form crystals which are bounded by plane surfaces arranged in a regular and systematical manner. Some physical properties like cleavage, hardness, specific gravity and color are useful in the identification of minerals. Usually minerals are composed of two or more than two elements, but some minerals have only one element. For instance, sulfur, graphite, gold are called one-element minerals. Most of the minerals are oxides, silicates, and carbonates. So, among the rocks, the first one is igneous rock. Igneous rocks, as derived from the very Latin term ignis, which means fire, are the rocks formed through the solidification of molten material or magma originating within the Earth's crust. This happens when the molten matter either cools down on reaching the surface of the earth or within the fissures and cavities of the earth. Various classifications of igneous rocks are made, such as the plutonic rocks, and these plutonic rocks are named after the Roman god Pluto. Sometimes the molten matter is not able to reach the surface and instead cools down very slowly at great depths. Slow cooling allows big-sized crystals to be formed. Granite is a typical example of plutonic rock. These rocks appear on the surface only after being uplifted and denuded. And the second one is the volcanic rocks named after Vulcan, the Roman god of fire. These are formed by rapid cooling of the lava thrown out during volcanic eruption. Rapid cooling prevents crystallization. As a result, such rocks are fine-grained. Basalt is a typical example of volcanic rocks. The Deccan Traps region in peninsular region of India is of basaltic origin. Then we found another kind of igneous rock, and that is dike rocks. These rocks occupy an intermediate position between the deep-seated plutonic bodies and the surface lava flows. Dike rocks are semi-crystalline in structure. So, now we'll discuss another important form, and that is relating to the economic importance of igneous rocks. Since magna is the chief source of metal ores, many of them are associated with igneous rocks. The minerals of great economic value found in igneous rocks are magnetic iron, nickel, copper, lead, zinc, chromite, manganese, gold, diamond, platinum. These metals are great value in the metallurgical industry of modern days. So, many of the metals are derived from crystallized minerals, usually filling the fissures in the rocks. The old rocks of the great Indian peninsula are rich in these crystallized minerals or metals. Many igneous rocks like granite are used as building material as they come in beautiful sets. And now we'll go to sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks cover 76% of the Earth's surface, but volumetrically occupy only 5% of the Earth's crust. This indicates that they are not as important as igneous rocks in the depth of the Earth. Sedimentary rocks are those formed by deposition of the solid materials carried in suspension by transporting agents. As sedimentation is favored by water, most of the sedimentary rocks have been formed underwater. Wind is another agent of transportation. is one example. A fine sand carried by wind and deposited as wind-borne sedimentary rocks as in the northwest, western China and the Indian subcontinent, and on assorted mixture of clay and boulders known as boulder clay or till is an example of ice deposited sedimentary rock as in the plains of northern Europe. The deposited material under the pressure of overlying layers is transferred into sedimentary rocks with passage of time. And now we'll discuss the very spread of sedimentary rocks in India. The alluvial deposits in the Indo-Gangetic plain and in coastal plains is of sedimentary accumulation. These deposits contain loam and clay, different varieties of sandstone or spread over Madhya Pradesh, Eastern Rajasthan, parts of the Himalayas, Andhra Pradesh, Bihar and Odisha. The great Vindhya highlands in central India consist of sandstone shells, limestone, coal deposits occur in river basins of the Damodar, Mahanati, Godavari. In the Gandwan sedimentary deposits. And now we'll discuss the economic importance of sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are not as rich in minerals of economic value as the igneous rocks, but important minerals such as hematite, iron ore, phosphate, building stones, coals, petroleum and material used in cement industry are found in sedimentary rocks. The decay of tiny marine organisms yields petroleum. Petroleum occurs in suitable structures only. One of such structures is the existence of a previous stratum-like sandstone between two strata of impervious rocks like shell. Its further movement is stopped by the impermeable rock and pressure helps it to rise in the porous rocks. If the rocks are bent upwards as in an anticlinal fold, oil tends to rise to the top being lighter than water. Important minerals like bauxite, manganese, tin are derived from other rocks but are found in gravels and sands carried by water. Sedimentary rocks also yield some of the richest soils. And now we'll discuss about metamorphic rocks. And this is the third important kind of rocks. Temperature, pressure and chemically active fluids induce changes in igneous and sedimentary rocks. Hence, rocks formed under the action of high pressure, high temperature, chemical reactions, or by regrouping of the components of eroded rocks are called the metamorphic rocks, and the process which produces metamorphic rocks is called metamorphism. And now we'll discuss about the fluvial, or exactly the fluvial landforms, and that exactly relates to the extended depression on ground through which a stream flows throughout its course is called a river valley, and these landforms are created by a stream. So, river valley at different stages of the erosional cycle, the valley acquires different profiles at a young stage. The valley is deep, narrow, with steep wall-like sides and convex slope. The erosional action here is characterized by predominantly vertical down-cutting nature. The profile of river valley here is typically V-shaped. As the cycle stands maturity, the later erosion becomes prominent and the valley floor flattens out. The valley profile then becomes typically U-shaped, with a broad base and a concave slope. A deep and narrow V-shaped valley, river valley, is also referred to as a gorge, and may result due to down-cutting erosion and because of recession of a waterfall. Most Himalayan rivers pass through deep gorges, at times more than 500 meters deep, before they descend to the plains. An extended form of gorge is called a canyon. The Grand Canyon of the Colorado River in Arizona in United States of America runs for 483 kilometers and has a depth of 2.88 kilometers. A tributary valley lies above the main valley and is separated from it by a steep slope down which the stream may flow as a waterfall. So, now we'll discuss the second form, that is waterfalls. A waterfall is simply the fall of an enormous volume of water from a great height because of a variety of factors such as variation in the relative resistance of rocks, relative difference in topographic reliefs, fall in the sea level, and related earth movements, etc. For example, Jog or Jashufa falls on Sarabati, a tributary of Kaveri River, has a fall of 260 meters. A rapid, on the other hand, is a sudden change in gradient of a river and resultant fall of water. And now we'll go to the third one, that is the kettle-like small depressions in the rocky beds of the river valleys, otherwise called potholes, which are usually cylindrical in shape. Potholes are generally formed in coarse-grained rocks such as sandstones and granites. Potholing or pothole drilling is the mechanism through which the grinding tools fragments of rocks such as boulders and angular rock fragments, when caught in the water, eddies or swirling water, start dancing in a circular manner and grind and drill the rock beds of the valleys like a drilling machine. They thus form small holes which are gradually enlarged by the repetition of the said mechanism. The potholes go on increasing in both diameter and depth. And the fourth one is the terraces. Steep benches along the river course in a floodplain are called terraces. Terraces represent the level of former valley floors, and terraces of former or older flood plains. And now we'll discuss another important kind of fluvial landforms is the delta. A delta is a tract of alluvium, usually and fan-shaped at the mouth of a river, where it deposits more material than can be carried away. The river gets divided into two or more channels or distributaries, which may further divide and rejoin to form a network of channels. A delta is formed by